Welcome back to The Big Show. It's Alex Belfield talking to the big stars. And trust me, they don't come any bigger than Michelle Williams. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm delicious, and look at you. You're gorgeous. You're talented. You've got the voice of an angel.
I just got out of rehearsal. I'm all sweaty and probably stinky. It's not a diva right now.
You can't be trained to be you. I mean, there's no amount of going to theatre school that can bring that out in you. God pointed the finger at you and said, this girl's going to sing.
Oh, wow. Thank you. You know, but trust me, I'm still humbled because there are so many great people here in London who have trained for years to do what I do. And I did some training. I just didn't get on stage and say, hey, I want to act, because I wanted to be taken seriously as an actress as well.
And of course, you're now in Chicago, which is here in the West End, and it's a slog from the beginning to the end for you because you've got to sing, you've got to dance, you've got to look gorgeous, and it's all so precise, isn't it?
Very precise. It's the little things that count, that are important. Things that I probably wouldn't pay attention to on the other part of the entertainment biz that I do, but it's helping me to hone those things in, and I'm being trained by some of the best, so I'm in a good place right now.
We're going to talk about the show in a little while from now. I just want to talk about you, though, and you as a child. Were you born singing?
Maybe I was. I remember I saw a picture of myself. I probably was 4 years old, and there's a picture of me standing in front of some mirrors with these cute little shorts on. My little belly is sticking out, and so my mother had these mirrors in the living room, and I would always pick that middle mirror and sing in that mirror.
There's something about your voice that you seem to love it, and that gospel feel. Mm-hmm. How do you describe it? It's bassy, it's ballsy, it's from the heart, isn't it?
It is from the heart. You know, I'm not a perfect singer. I don't hit all the notes all the time, but I love what I do. You know, to me, when it comes from the heart, it's more heartfelt. You know, I do practice what I do. Matter of fact, after this interview, I'm going to go, do some vocal training for the show. But as far as just, I don't work on just being perfect. I want people to feel that, oh wow, it's okay.
Is it tough singing when you're physically tired, because you're in rehearsals at the moment to do this incredibly physical show? What toll does that take on the voice?
Oh, I am as exhausted as we speak, but I just have to suck it up, pull it up, and do a show. Nobody cares that I'm tired. They're going to pay all this money to see a show. You better give me a show and then go to sleep, on your last note, go to sleep later. If there is a way that I could still be natural in what I do, I don't want to play a character, but yet nobody wants to see the same Michelle that they would see out on the street either, because you do have to go back into the spirit of the 20s. I have to learn that I can't be so contemporary, because I catch myself, I hope people are pleased. I really do.
I mentioned earlier Destiny's Child, and we've got to talk about it. How did that happen? Because I know there was some swapping and changing with the cast, and then finally you got the right three together, and Kelly, Beyonce, and Michelle formed this formidable group, which is still the #1 female group in the world.
It is an honor that 5 years after we put out an album, that it seems like there's still some desire left to see us together, and that's a blessing. We had fun together. We're all growing and doing our own thing solo-wise. Kelly's got a #1 single here in the UK. I don't have a special answer to give you guys. I don't have an answer that I give one and give the other, but, it is what it is,
Now you're in a show which isn't about you, it's about a character and a bigger production around it. Would you rather be the star? Because, you are a star, aren't you?
If people don't know this about me by now, I'm not into that. I'm about working hard, doing the best that I can do, star or not. I don't mind, because I love what I do, so I don't care about all of that. I just care about going home, being safe, having peace of mind. That's all that matters.
And in terms of your instrument, how do you protect it? Because, of course, there's flu viruses going around and people sneezing and coughing and all of that kind of stuff, not to mention the pig flu. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I just, load up on my vitamin C, my vitamins, period. Get a good night's sleep. That's all I can do.
And you start in this show. How does it compare with Broadway? Because, as I say, the last time I saw you was in Aida.
This is my third show, actually. I did The Color Purple, in which I played Shug Avery. And that was a period piece as well. So now I'm coming into another period piece, which is a lot of fun because, of course, I didn't grow up in the 20s. Obviously, my grandmother was born in 1920, so she knew about the whole vaudeville thing. So it's kind of good to play a role that, wow, that, my grandparents know about this.
A lot of people talk about show business today, and we see the Amy Winehouses and people like that who struggle to cope with it. You girls have always seemed very grounded in Destiny's Child, all three of you, singularly and together. How easy is it to keep your feet on your ground when you're the biggest #1 selling girl group in the world?
I think it's most easy when you don't take stuff too seriously. It's also most easy when you have your faith intact. You know, this is not the end all be all. Don't let it consume you mentally. I'm not perfect. You know, there's some goals and things that I still have. So I still have to focus and still have to work. But at the same time, I just, you know, when it gets to a point to where I'm all out of whack and out of balance, I just have to walk away from it.
And of course, we had the sad news of Michael Jackson's passing. Mm-hmm. How much of an influence was Michael Jackson on you? Michael
Jackson, rest in peace. I love him so very much. Always have. When I met him, I don't think I had, you know, the nerve to tell him. I think I told him that I loved him. But I just wish that, you know, the right people, you know, besides, you know, the family, I know they loved him. But I just wish, you know, that, you know, everybody's talking about how much they love and adore him. And I just wonder, you know, did he know that, you know?
I wish also they'd leave him alone now. I'm so sick of hearing all this stuff coming out. Let him rest in peace.
Yeah, no, rest in peace. You know, the press and the media butchered him while he was alive. You would just think that he's gone. He can't hear what you're saying. So who are you trying to hurt? I really want to know. Who is media really trying to hurt? What picture are they wanting to paint? But the picture that I have painted in my mind is an awesome performer, a human being who loved everybody.
And again, it's just so sad that they're bringing all this out. You can't libel the dead. And it just makes you worry that they're going to do what they did to Diana, which is months and months of endless stories just to sell newspapers.
You know what? Unfortunately, that's what people do to sell papers. I mean, this shucks. Look what the musical Chicago is about. It's about drama, and Roxy is doing everything she can to stay in the limelight. Drama sells paper. Billy Flynn tells her that all the time. Hey, it sells papers. You know, what more do you got? You know, but it's a sad and unfortunate world that we live in. We have to be careful because there are some people who are more sensitive than others, and media can basically kill you, you know?
It's a fine line, isn't it, between being a big star and being crucified by your fame. You seem to have got that balance right, that you're able to do what you want to do it well and not get involved in any of that. That's a real compliment to your upbringing, I think, because it's harder than it looks, isn't it?
It is harder than it looks, but gosh, I am not, you know, and was not in the place success-wise that Michael Jackson is in. So I can imagine, you know, all the stress and, you know, all that, you know, that he had to worry about. The little things that I have to worry about do not compare to what this man, you know, probably, you know, dealt with.
How does that feel to know you've moved people to the point where they're willing to pay to hear you sing?
Oh, big responsibility, big pressure just to be the best that I can be and do well.
Are your family going to fly in to see?
They are going to come, actually. They will be here.
And who do I have to speak to about getting you girls back together so I can come and see Destiny's Child again?
Wow, I don't know. I guess you'd have to speak to us first because I think we would make that decision.
Lovely to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time. You're ever so busy at the moment rehearsing for Chicago, which is on at the Cambridge. Good luck with your new album. The name of it is?
Unexpected.
You are a talent that needs to be seen live. I know the CDs are good and Destiny's Child is good, but trust me, if you come and see Michelle in this show, she'll blow you away. There's something about your voice that I just love. I think I'm in love with you.
Oh, Lord, I think so. I think he's going to propose next. Let's see.
Michelle Williams, thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you. Have a good one.